If I told you the things I'd seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. Lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Working on the setting with my wife, the Great American Witch.
Hello. We are here, and today we are playing The Great American Novel with author Chris Gray.
No, we're
Oh
playing.
no, I'm sorry, you just said that. That's what it was.
We were talking about the Great
Yes.
American
I
Novel.
poisoned it. That was my
Christopher
fault.
Gray.
That was what it
We
is.
could play that. I mean,
yeah. I'm sorry. We're playing The Happiest Apocalypse on Earth, Special Edition. Yes, beautiful.
Yay.
Which is also by author Chris Gray. This is what happens when you say a thing right before I talk.
she's like, shoot,
Oh yeah.
I'll put you all,
I was
I'll put
all
all
smooth,
kinds of
too.
ideas in there. Yeah, we're going to be playing The Happiest Apocalypse on Earth, which takes place in Mouse Park, the world's most famous amusement park,
And the least trademarked one.
and the least trademarked one, and the least litigious.
Yeah.
And because it's December, this is Mouse Park during the holidays.
Nice.
Right at midnight on Thanksgiving, Mouse Park tears everything down and puts up all of the holiday decorations and the lights and the new attractions. And they convert What a Whittle World into a holiday feast called What a Whittle North Pole.
Nice.
And so there's a beautiful holiday theme and a parade and everything going on. So that's what we're going to be playing.
Cool. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick, and
Oh,
then we'll
that.
go around and introduce the players.
Great. I am Christopher Gray, game designer, author. I guess that's it.
Hi, I'm Blythe Kayla. I am occasionally on streams like this. I'm on things like Tables, Dice, and Everything Nice. I do internet things.
Yay, internet things.
I'm Jim, and I'm a regular player here at Happy Jacks, and I also run the RPG department at Strategicon.
Hi, and I'm Kimmy, and I'm here a lot. And yeah, that's me.
The Kimmy.
I'm the Kimmy.
Kimmy.
I also design games and write games, and you can find that at goldenlassogames.com.
Great. Cool. Are we going to introduce? See, this is my first introduction to Jim's beard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the luxurious, I call her Susan.
Yeah. Those of you who are just listening on the podcast, it's quite impressive.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
And because of the moisture outside, it's very poofy right now.
I had the pleasure of meeting Ed Greenwood at an online con recently, and I thought he had the most magnificent beard in gaming, but I think maybe Jim has unseated him.
The wife is actually trying to talk me into getting rid of some of the gray, but I don't know whether I'm that involved.
Okay, anyway, distracted by the beard.
Yeah.
So, this game is largely emergent. We're going to figure out what we're playing just right now. I have the setting laid out. Normally, I would build the setting with you for the first hour, but we're going to have a bit of a shorter game and jump right in. So, knowing that this is the holiday season, that What a Whittle North Pole is open, and that will be our feature attraction today.
Yes.
Let's discuss what you want to play. Now, your character sheets give you some options. You can play any number of departments within Mouse Park. You might want to be in guest relations. You might want to be entertainment. That could be a costumed character, or a princess if you wanted to do that. You might want to play somebody in engineering or security. There's also an option to play a guest. You are welcome to play just a guest. If you play a guest, you have a different set of moves than if you play a Mouseaneer, which is a Mouse Park employee.
Okay.
So that's what we need to figure out, is what you're going to play, and then we're going to figure out how you're related, and we'll get started. There are some options on moves, which you can just kind of quickly choose once you decide what you want to do. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of doing some entertainment, and I'm going to be very on brand for myself and play a princess-esque character.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent.
We always need to have at least one.
Yes. I've also worked in theme parks before, so I feel like I'm going to channel my inner theme park
But remember that
knowledge.
there is an X card in play, so if there's anything that we bring up from your tribulations at a theme park, all you have to do is smack that card, and we will delete it.
Yeah.
It should be fun. It's quite fun. They're quite fun. I've done entertainment and I've done like food service. And
Nice.
have
I worked
many
in a
good
game
memories.
stall.
Oh, yeah.
I think I might remember the spiel.
I was a Christmas caroler one year.
Nice.
I worked for Wizarding World of Harry Potter,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember we had a lot of spiels about how to sell butterbeer.
Yeah.
Lots of butterbeer.
What are you thinking, Jim?
I am thinking that I want to be a park engineer,
Okay.
but I'm very short and bearded. I like to say hi-ho a lot.
Excellent.
Do you have any thoughts?
I was, is it okay if we have more than one person in entertainment?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so-
No roll creep in Happiest Apocalypse.
Okay. I'm also going to be in entertainment, and I think I'm going to be like the surly, sort of burned out Christmas parade dancer.
Just see her in the corner scoring
Yeah.
a smoke. Just
Yeah,
going,
just smoking, like we're throwing it out, going out and doing the routine for a mile and a half. And,
You got
Yeah.
passed over too
Yeah.
many seasons. Yeah.
yeah, just like never made it to be on the floats, so I get to like follow the floats. That's like my life.
Well, they put the acrobats up there now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm the one who like lends you the cigarettes. Like I just always have a pack because I know
Totally.
someone's gonna need them.
Yeah.
Always prepared.
Yeah.
I got the flask.
You will get an option since you're all playing Mouseneers, employees of Mouse Park. You'll get the option of one of two moves. I'm going to walk you through this real quick, just so you know what this means. On your sheet, and I can see the blurriness on the camera here. You have stats: brave, stout, sweet, wicked, and wise. They're all kind of self-explanatory. The one that's not is twinkle.
No.
Twinkle is what happens when you call upon the powers of Mouse Park to help you out of your situation.
Got it.
Twinkle will allow you to eradicate harm and shock. There's something about Mouse Park that you might not know. It's kind of weird. Strange things happen there. And certain people in the higher up echelons of the organization talk about the Great Mouse as if he's an actual thing.
Oh.
And some of you have even seen rituals, kind of like Masonic weird rituals towards the Great Mouse. I mean, it's kind of creepy how into it they get.
Right.
So if something does go wrong, you can call upon the power of the Great Mouse.
Okay.
But you can only do that 3 times. After that, the Great Mouse has lost his patience for you, and
Okay.
things go badly. So you'll see on your moves, certain moves will apply to certain stats. You're just going to add that modifier to your 2d6 roll. If it says twinkle, then twinkle is your modifier. So there are some moves where you want to accrue twinkle to use.
Okay.
Okay. So like if I've already used all 3 of those twinkles, that would be
It's not a currency, it's more of a tally. So
Okay.
you've asked once, that's +1 to twinkle. Twice, 3 times are over.
okay.
But that means you do get +3 twinkle when you want to use a twinkle move.
Okay.
Oh,
So in the
that's
case
neat
of
balance there.
Mouseneer moves, one of them is plus twinkle.
Right. So right now, since you haven't called upon the mouse, you would have +0 on twinkle. But as soon as you start calling on the mouse for help, then
So basically, once you wear out all of your points to do things, you have a higher stat to be
Yeah.
able to do things. So it's
Right.
kind of here and there. That's cool.
So
Oh, this is fun.
the specific move for twinkle is Wish Upon a Star. That's when you want
Aw.
to ask for help from the Great Mouse.
Okay.
You've exhausted the park's generosity, though, at 3 twinkle, and then but you can eradicate your injuries and trauma.
Okay.
So you'll need to choose one of your Mouseneer moves, and you also need to choose a special move, which can be any of these on the side. You're also going to need to decide your stats, and you have +2, +1, 2 +0s, and a -1 to choose among all of your stats.
Okay.
So I'll give you a moment just to do that. And if you get the happiest apocalypse on Earth, the incident I'm running is What a Whittle World, which is in the game. However, you don't have to run these incidents. You can... There's a whole machine in there on creating incidents based upon what the table comes up with.
Okay. Excellent. All right, so I have 0 brave,
Nice.
+2 wicked, +1 stout, 0 wise, and -1 sweet.
Okay.
I think this is
You're
going to be
surly,
a
right.
-1 sweet. This is going to be a -1 sweet game. Yeah. Because I have 0 brave as well, 0 wicked, +1 stout, +2 wise, -1 sweet.
So I'm seeing an every person for themselves kind of motif here.
So, because I'm the princess here, I figured I had to put 2 to sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Or I almost put it to wicked, because I was like, what's a wicked princess like?
That's a good question. You could
But,
play to find out.
Let's do it. Well, you know what? Let's just all be a very surly bunch.
Rawr.
But I'm still +1 wise, because there seem to be a lot of wise moves that seem like they could be fun. So, you know. But now I'm not sweet at all.
Well, the special move looked very engineer-y to me, so I went with that.
Nice.
Yeah,
So there's not going to be a lot of
wise
be
one.
bold and darings.
No, I'm not very brave.
Yeah.
I'm a 0 to brave. I'm a -1 to stout, so I am not doing the physical stuff.
I always, in this style of game, I always found the +1s, 2s to be, they're nice and all, but the variance on the dice is so high that a +1 really, it can totally save you, or not. A 0 is okay. I'm okay. I don't feel bad when I have a 0. When I start going to minuses, then I go, Urgh.
So as we play, there might be certain situations that you find yourself in. And when you're in these situations, you have to remember that you're just park employees. You're not, action heroes. This is an extremely lethal game.
Oh, good.
If you get hurt, you have to get that fixed. Otherwise, it becomes an injury, and that hurt becomes permanent.
Okay.
So, and you only have 3. So yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but in case it did.
I'm not saying things are going to happen, but it's a very deadly game.
Just raising a flag, just in
Yeah.
case.
Death is on the table, I'm just saying.
I might. Actually, you know what? Move some things around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be brave-ish.
You might already have sort of a picture of your character. Do you have some thoughts, Jimmy? It sounds like you did.
Like how they look?
Yeah, just who they are, their name.
She is like dancer build because she's a dancer. A little bit too tall to be a dancer, so she's like one of those who probably wanted to be a professional dancer, but just a little bit too tall. This is 100% not, based on people I know who may or may not have worked at a park with the mouse. And she's just aging out of being in the parades too. She's young looking, but late 30s.
Oh no!
And she's able to pull it off, especially with the makeup and the wigs. And at this time of year, she's one of the elves, but she feels weird because she's the tallest elf.
Two of the other dancers call her ma'am.
Yeah, and they're all super young. A lot of them are just graduating high school or in high school, and she's just oh god. So, but she does get along surprisingly with one princess because this princess provides her with smokes.
Yep.
Generally, she hates and just kind of glares at them as they sit on their beautiful float and wave through the parade. She does the same dance routine 8 million times and is exhausted, but that princess has her back. She's good with it.
So you two are friends.
Yeah, my princess is also a little bit. She's getting to a little bit older. She's not quite teeny bopper anymore. She's she's in college now. She's trying to pay her way through college. She's a little bit older than the rest of the crowd that typically works at this park. So she's starting to understand, she's starting to see the problems. They make her stand in the sun a little too long occasionally, and she gets a little overheated. Also may or may not be based on a real story.
Life in Southern California high schools and colleges, friends.
So she's starting to be a little bit more just like, I like my job. It pays me okay. But she understands why she understands why someone is now disenfranchised. So she always has a pack of smokes. Yeah. She can't do it because she has to sing occasionally. So she's like, but she's ready. She's ready for the dancers. She's prepared. Yeah.
So is this like, you know, when in the restaurant business, you always treat the busser well and the host well? Yeah, is it sort of like that, where you're just kind of paying your, I wouldn't say friendship, but, you know, paying dues to make sure that everybody has your back? Is that
kind of, I mean, yeah, she definitely likes to have friends on her side, and she would rather people she thinks it's more enjoyable when she's friends with her coworkers, so she might as well try occasionally. But some of them are like 16, and she's just like, yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. Like, she's like 24, and just like kind of beyond that now.
What is TikTok? I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh
God. Yeah, no. Like, several of the dancers are trying to get famous on TikTok, and she's just like,
you're lip syncing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still building my Instagram. What?
So, like, I still don't understand how to floss. I just don't know how you do that.
Help me out. How to use this Facebook thing again?
Yeah.
She's like, floss? What?
Yeah.
So, all right. So we have two people in the entertainment world been working specifically on the parade, sounds like. Which is interesting because of where the parade is on the holiday route is different than the regular parade route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about this engineer?
Well, he's an older guy. He's probably in his late 30s, early 40s. He's worked at the park for a very long time. He's very well known for making some unauthorized adjustments to floats and rides every once in a while because he wants to be a creative, but they won't let him into that at all. He's just too good at fixing things, but he wants to be an Imagineer real bad.
Mousineer.
A Mousineer. Jeez, this is going to be hard. A Mousineer, really bad. But the fact that it's taken him so long to reach that goal has made him somewhat surly and grumpy. But the fact about it is that he does like a few of the people that work there because they're also surly and grumpy, and gets along well with them. Is
it possible this is a coterie of people that bitch about work?
I think this is a cadre of malcontents, exactly, that are in the back in the open air lunch area smoking and just going, oh, God, I can't believe I'm here. Why?
I'm still here.
But we're all like good at our job. Like, we're just not.
Yeah, just the attitude problem's bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so you must work on the parade route then. You work on the floats.
I work on the floats, yes.
Okay. So we have a float engineer as well. The parade for a holiday, what they do is they clear out What a Woulda World, and the parade goes through What a Woulda World, so you can actually go and sit in the attraction. This is why it's a really big deal, as the animatronics are still functioning and the music is going on. And then they invite guests to actually sit in the attraction with the animatronics. It's very exciting, and they can watch the parade go through. Those are the VIP guests that have to spend $750 on their passes instead of $500. So they get special seats.
Pricing's out of date there, Chris.
Yeah. It's world famous park.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a whole movie franchise.
Yeah.
It's
Several.
Several.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a good...
A new streaming thing that they're working on, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's ubiquitous.
Mouse Plus.
I mean,
Mouse Plus.
They have parks all over the world.
Yeah.
On cruise ships. I mean, you believe it.
See, I was almost going to be Princess Marina, but I'm thinking that maybe because it's holiday themed and icy seems better. But I can't try to think of a good pun for ice.
I just
or
named
frozen.
I named a mage in World of Warcraft. Who else?
That's nice. I like that.
Frost mage.
Yeah. Of course.
I just keep going to She-Ra, and I'm like, nope, can't be Princess Frost stuff.
No.
But I think I'm going to be called Grampy.
Grampy.
Is the name that I go by because I'm older than just about anybody else working here.
So while you're thinking through this, and your name's Grampy, do you know about the management?
I've been here too long to not know.
Okay, so were you involved at the time that they had to cover up a certain accident that happened. I guess it would have been about 20 years ago in What a Widow World.
Yeah, actually, my friend Doc, who is the safety engineer, is a friend of mine, and I wasn't there for it, but he told me the story.
Okay. So did he tell? Okay, well, that was a leading question. So let me say, what did he tell you about what happened?
It was there was an accident in one of the attractions at and I'm trying to think. There was an accident in one of the attractions, and what the story was that there was a child that got off the ride and got caught in some tracks and kind of messed up. But what really happened is one of the animatronic characters sort of wigged out and attacked the child.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. And I was wondering, have you seen any of the animatronics in What a Widow World behave outside of what they were programmed to do?
I'm going to tell you I'm kind of a weirdo, and I talk to the animatronic figures like they're people. And a lot of times they talk back, and I tend not to tell anybody about that because I don't want to go on leave for psychiatric. But inside my own head, they are kind of alive in a certain sense.
Why are you afraid of, and why won't you ever talk to or go into the same room as Santa Mouse during the holidays?
Because every time I'm around him just working on stuff, suddenly he just turns around and has red eyes, and then I look back to make sure that what I saw was right, and he's just back in the same position he was before. And it sort of freaks me out. I swear it happens, but I think it's a trick. But he's still kind of nervous about it, and he actually ends up going up to about a pack and a half a day because when he has to work in that area, because he really gets like.
Well, it is that time of year, and Santa Mouse is back. We have the tour going through, we have the parade going through the attraction where Santa Mouse is prominent. Okay, so you've been here for a while, too. Do you know your name yet?
I think I'm going to be Becky.
Becky.
Super basic.
You're such a Becky. Oh, my God.
All right, so we have Grampy
Yeah,
and Becky.
I don't get a character name because I've never been cast as any dancer role that was not like Elf number 4 or something.
Yeah. Becky paid a lot
Yeah.
of money to get her kids into college.
Snowflake 5.
And the costumes are used time and time again because
Yeah.
they can't use them for anyone else.
Yeah.
That's a shame. So, okay, so you've been here for a while too. Have you had any conversations with Grampy or anyone else about the strange things that go on at night with the animatronics?
Yeah, they're just way into their mouse culture, like just too far. Grampy's super nice, great guy, always has a light when I need it. Like, love the guy. They may have been here too long.
I see. You don't give a lot of credence to these rumors. No. So, did you hear about the incident that happened 20 years ago? Some cover-up? Some kid was killed?
Yeah, I mean, we're not supposed to talk about it, but kids die a lot here. So, I mean, like accidents, there's, fast rides, especially on grad nights, like stuff they pull on those nights, man.
Lots of lap bars have been added to rides to stop people from getting up.
Yeah.
I see. Is there a protocol for I don't even know what to call it. The situations where when somebody gets hurt or killed, is there a protocol?
Yeah, there
Code
actually
purple.
is.
The code purple.
What?
Like on the DL here, like my school was the one we were no longer allowed to go to grad night in the actual mouse park because we had too many people get drunk and high and try and swim the rivers of America. So there are protocols for these things. This is not my character. This is Kimmy talking into this is the thing that actually happened.
Wait, where's the rivers of America?
That's the big where the Columbia and them they sail the big
Around the island.
where Fantasmic is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fiction, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, total fiction. Yeah.
Tom Sawyer's Island's fun at night.
Oh,
If you
is
can
it
get in there.
still Tom Sawyer's Island?
No, it's
Not anymore.
Pirate
Pirate
Island.
Mouse.
There were people
Mouse
walking around it. on Wednesday night, and it was like, it looked like it was shut down, and all of a sudden I see all these people walking around, and I'm like, are there employees just hanging out on Pirate Island right now?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Yes, there are protocols. They have a special code word in the headset, which are called a rat alert. And this part I'm making up, obviously. And they have people like kind of swarm in, and there's like blockers. If it's on a ride, they'll shut down the ride immediately. And we're having technical difficulties. Please exit. Blah blah blah. As quietly and as possible.
So, when you saw management, and you know it's management because they wear the white suits.
Yeah.
When you saw management take a body off of Bear Mountain and bring the body back into the work area in the back, and did not hear anything else about it, either in the news or in police reports or among the staff, what did you do to confront that? Or did you?
I feel like I probably got on like Twitter and was like, because I have like a couple different accounts on Twitter. There's one account that I run that's like Secrets of Mouse Park, and it's like where I like vent to the world, like secretly though. And I think I probably was like, this kid died and blah blah blah, and it's just like one of the many things like. This restaurant actually has a rodent problem, and not just because it's Mouse Park. So it was just like one of these like stories that I'm trying to like get out there into the public eye with my Twitter account that has like 8 followers.
Oh man, it's too bad I only had 8. Okay, so have you been here for a while too?
Yeah.
Relatively.
I've started working. I'm like seasonal because I'm in college. So I like started working there seasonally. So I work there for like the peak times a year, and then go to school like other times. I just kind of go when they need me. My name is Idina, and I play an icy princess.
Nice.
I play the princess of the Iceland.
Nice.
So I'm always here at holidays season. But I don't think I would have I would have heard about the kid dying, but I don't think I would have had any. I probably would have like asked you about it and been like, I heard this rumor, was it true?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have like seen it or known anything really because I'm usually sequestered like for the entertainment purposes and doing like the floats and stuff. I don't really get to see what happens with the rides as much.
You've had to take this route before through What a Woulda World, right? What's the worst part about this route?
I don't trust any of the animatronics.
But they're just
like
robots. Is it the Uncanny Valley or what?
Yeah, they've always kind of freaked me out. Every time I see them, they always they look a little too oddly real at times. Like they look like they could be real, and I've never liked it. It looks like there's a rumor going around the park that some of the kids who died might actually be the animatronics now. And that was always... I don't put a lot of credence in rumors, but it's always just kind of freaked me out because sometimes they look like kids. Like real kids.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
that
like
movie,
it.
The Black Singularity, that the mouse went out, where they had those servants inside that were part people, part robot.
And every time I see it, I'm like, I don't like it.
So what are they? I mean, are they all kids? I mean,
Not all
the
of them are
animatronics?
kids. Some of them are animals, and some of them are the characters of the park that I'm pretty used to seeing.
Yeah.
But even those, something seems odd. I've definitely noticed, it looks like sometimes their eyes might be glowing, or, it might look like they may be moved, and I don't understand. Obviously they can't move on their own when they're not turned on.
Well, they're programmed to do things. Yeah, I mean, you can't,
Yeah, so how would they have moved?
Yeah.
But sometimes I notice that one's arm is in a slightly different position when I look back, and I don't quite know how that happened.
What
And
do you
I
think
someone's
about...
playing a prank.
Oh, it's probably a prank.
I assume that it's probably a prank because that's a pretty big culture at this company, is to play pranks on each other. You get coworkers, you put some hot sauce in someone's drink now and then, silly things. So someone's got to be moving the animatronics on me. Maybe it's Grampy. Maybe he's just been here too long.
No, and you've seen him with the animatronics.
Yeah, he works with them, so I'm assuming that he's just having fun. I'm hoping.
What do you think about Santa Mouse? I mean, it's the big grand finale of the parade as it goes through What a Little World is Santa Mouse and his workshop.
Yeah, I am very happy that they don't station me on the same float as Santa Mouse. I don't like Santa Mouse.
Oh, Santa Mouse is on a float. That's good to know. I didn't know that.
He's on a different float from me.
Nice.
I have my own little ice world float that's very fun, and there's ice skaters, and it's great. Not a lot of animatronics on my float. It makes me very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the occasional little troll, but for the most part, it's costume characters and people. But Santa Mouse's float, I feel like I hear nightmare stories from the dancers on that float a lot. There's the elf people and the people who do the dancing, and they dance around him, and they all find him very uncomfortable. And none of them quite know why, but there's a lot of ghost stories around Santa Mouse.
Have you heard this from the dancers, or do you even talk to the dancers?
Yeah, they're so young. Yeah, I mean, they talk about it a lot. But, I mean, they also eat Tide Pods, right? This is the thing. So, I don't know.
I mean, once again, it's clearly superstition, and they can't be telling the truth, but something about it just gives me the
Something about
creeps.
that Santa just makes me feel judged.
If they don't want to dance on the float, I will dance on the float so I can get off of this pavement that I have to dance on between the floats.
It's hard on the knees.
It is.
What does the float look like? Santa Mouse's
The
float.
Santa
I didn't know
Mouse's
he was
float?
on a float.
Oh, Santa Mouse's float looks fantastic because it's basically a giant red sled that Santa sits upon, and on the back of the sled is an extra surface that's filled with bags, but the bags open up with little doors, and the little dancer elves come out and wave hi, and then they go in there, and they sometimes throw candy and stuff out into the crowd. The sleigh is being pulled by animatronic reindeer that sometimes blows steam out of their noses as they're walking across, but it's all on wheels, and the movement of the legs is just, factory.
I also don't know if you've noticed, but I feel like there's a high turnover rate for the dancers on that float.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they quit and or leave
They're
mysteriously
such babies.
a lot.
Yeah. They're just pathetic.
That float's constantly getting new people.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of this. I've got all the notes, though.
Okay.
The high turnovers for the elves inside the actual float.
Yeah.
The elves and the
Yeah.
They swear they feel things crawling up them when they're inside that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots. I've always heard weird stories.
It's a bug problem in that float. We could never really get rid of it.
I've seen people crying, have total breakdowns after performances on that float.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually carry an extra box of Kleenex just
from
because.
the stress or from the.
None of us are sure.
Yeah.
It's only the people stationed inside the bags, though.
It's the Tide Pods.
Maybe.
They're still doing that.
They're
though?
they're young. They're all
No, I thought it was vaping now.
I saw it on the internet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, vaping's also a thing, but that's harder to sneak into work.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tide Pod children.
I have a T-shirt that says "Boomer" with an arrow.
The Tide Pods are totally Becky's opinion of the youth.
She's obsessed.
Yeah.
That's when it ended for her.
Yeah.
Probably it's like, oh, well,
Idiots
they're over.
getting
It's
out of their
over.
car, walking next to their car.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm just peak millennial, so I don't understand anything that's happening with Gen Z. I'm like,
What? Yeah.
All right.
and they're okay boomering me a lot, even though I'm not a boomer.
Yeah. Not
Yeah, well, I'm solidly a Gen Xer, and I constantly get boomered.
Okay, boomer.
All right. So on this particular day, the parade is starting. This is the inaugural day for the winter parade at Merry Mouse Park. That's what they call it this time of year. The What a World has been cleared out. You've had a lot of work to do in that attraction because it's a water attraction. So they have to drain the water. They have to take out the boats. They have to, they put in the epoxy, I guess, or whatever, and to smooth out the track, and then they have to set up all of the seats, and this is the whole thing. So the attraction is actually shut down for a good 3 weeks before the parade begins. But today's the day. So what is it that you are doing that somebody forgot to do that has to be done before the parade can go?
Let's see. There's a mister in here that actually puts out what they call holiday scent.
Oh,
cinnamon
and candy cane smell, and sometimes some pine. And the way they say it is the psychology of it. Whatever environment you're in, you pick up the scent that applies to it. So they put all the scents out at the same time. But the misters seem to be literally squirting out the liquid like into people's faces right now and not actually misting. So I'm going at all the nozzles trying to see what I can do about it.
And so you're in the candy cane forest section, trying to fix the. Or are you actually in the? Well, I guess it would be where the seats are, kind of out in the forest, right? So you're actually sitting on seats, and there are misters around the seats. Mm-hmm. So you're in the forest with.
I'm wearing damp goggles, by the way.
And you're fixing the mister. Okay. So, what are you doing to prepare for the parade?
I am there early for my call time. I've got a wig cap on. I'm in hair and makeup, like getting ready to just get out there, like. So I'm currently waiting my turn to like get my makeup done. So I'm out back, pack cigarettes in hand.
nice.
Is that where you are?
I probably would. That's where I want to be. But they had a couple more of the Tide Pod children, like drop off and quit off of the Santa Mouse float. So I'm teaching them the choreography. Somehow I still didn't get promoted. It's probably because of my height. But I'm there running the choreography with them to practice before the big parade.
Hey, and they're working on Santa Mouse at that time. Mm-hmm. Santa Mouse is a giant rat. Mm-hmm. That's this 12-foot rat on a sleigh and it doing the wave, right? Mm-hmm. And it's got the Santa hat. They're trying to be more inclusive, so they put the menorah and other things there too. But it's clearly pandering.
Yeah.
And it's just giant. It's huge, and it's just kind of. But there's no music playing, so it's doing this.
Okay.
And the dancers that you're working with are very unnerved, and they keep on stepping on each other and looking up, and they're very distracted, and the mouse is bothering them.
Yeah.
But I mean, the mouse is going to be doing that on the route too.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do about that?
Get used to it. You have to do this many, many times. It's going to be multiple times a day. He's just a robot. Eat food.
Eat food.
Here, you hold her down. I'll wrap this burrito down her throat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a white suit there, which is not unusual, but it always turns head when a white suit comes. Mm-hmm. This one you two know as Meg. She's been with the park forever. Okay. She looks and acts a little like Martha Stewart. Okay. But she has the full white tie, white suit, white shoes, and she's got there's a special tablet that the leadership uses it's not an iPad or anything. In fact, it has the mouse symbol on it. But it's you know that the stuff they're putting in there is going to management directly, and she's just looking at not you, but right above you at the float and putting in numbers, and she's looking around for an engineer. And she doesn't see one, so then she walks off. But the presence is sort of overwhelming.
Okay.
And that interrupts everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
She comes back and then comes up to you and says, you have to make absolutely sure that whatever engineer is working on this float, the music doesn't stop.
Okay.
I don't know where the engineer is. I have to go find somebody else. Pass on the message. What's your name?
Elf number 4.
Your ID number.
72859.
Rebecca. Rebecca?
Yes.
Promise me you will do this. I have noted it in your account. If it's not done, you'll be fired.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a merry day.
Thanks.
No pressure, man.
So you witness this happening because it's happening all in the same spot.
Totally in my job responsibilities.
I'm kind of in that moment where I'm like, wig cap, dress on, makeup's not done yet.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is everything okay? Why didn't Meg come talk to you?
She wants me to make sure that the float is working.
I mean,
Supposed to talk
isn't
to
that
engineers.
an engineer's job?
Yes, 100%. I don't even get to be on the float, but I'm now in charge of being responsible for the float.
I don't even know how you turn the music on in that thing. Like, I don't even know how my float works. I just go on it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the music's really loud because these guys can't count. So,
You know, ma'am, you're really mean. We're just trying our hard, and that mouse is creepy.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I mean, you gotta get used to the mouse. He's gonna be there the entire time you're dancing.
Yeah. I told them that.
I don't know if I want to play in this game. I'm too entertained watching it.
Oh, we're getting to you.
Yeah. We should get
good.
Grampy. Like we can trust him to get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always reliable. Let's,
Are we all on radios?
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I don't think.
Well,
Yeah.
you probably have the what are those called with the
Yeah.
I have like the surveillance in my ear.
Yeah.
I'm elf number 4. They don't give me a radio.
Yeah, like I have no.
Yeah, that's true. They don't really need to communicate with you.
I go to my handler because all
There you
princesses
go.
have like a handler.
Who is your handler?
It's a new girl.
Chelsea.
She's new. Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea.
Yeah, there you go.
Chelsea
she
handler.
just started. Yeah, she's kind of blonde. She's a little older than they usually are. She's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good because I was going to go a completely different direction. So we're on the same page.
Good.
I mean, she's been great so far, but she's brand new and doesn't really quite understand the ins and outs. But I go over to her and I'm like, hey, can you radio for Grampy, the engineer? We need
Grampy?
Yeah. Don't you know Grampy? I feel like everybody knows Grampy at this point. He's been here forever.
Is it the old guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Meg, the white suit Meg, needs the float operating, and we don't have an engineer. So can you just I don't have a radio because it doesn't go with the costume.
Yeah. Sure. She goes and walks off into the attraction. So you are trying to fix the mister. It's continuing to mess up. And one of the elves is sitting next to you, watching.
One of the animatronic elves.
Yeah.
I go, what do you think is wrong with this thing? Yeah, no, I checked that already.
Chris is just rocking back and forth in that animatronic way.
And it's just moving. Right, I forgot.
Don't you have any toys you make that missed? I mean, seriously.
It's just moving. He shouldn't be. Nothing's operating right now.
Trying to communicate in semaphore? What? All right, I'll just get back to work. I take off the nozzle. And I'm going, standing here in this stupid thing. It's taking hours. I'm covered in orange jizz. This sucks. I hate this job. Why am I here?
I just want to see if you can fix this thing. We don't have to roll, but you're trying to fix the thing.
Sure.
So, do you have a special move?
Let's see.
Did you use this metal looking thing?
Operate and fix technology. I have use this metal looking thing.
All right, so roll your wise.
Roll plus wise. Yeah. 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to fix it. It's just going to require tools, a ridiculous amount of tools, and too much time. So you have a choice. You can either put the time into it and make it work, or you can act like you never knew it was broken.
You know what? I'm going to put in the time.
Okay.
He's actually very, very proud of his handiwork. And the reason why he's been around all this long is because he's sort of considered one of the only guys that actually can fix things.
Well, that's probably why you weren't on the route looking at the floats and checking the audio.
Yeah.
So at that point, probably a couple hours into this, you finally get it out. What happened was the filtration system was broken, so you had to go in underneath and replace the filters and all that thing. So Chelsea comes in, who you met once. You think she's working with entertainment. She seems nice enough. And she says, are you the Grampy guy that they were talking about? Is that your...
Yes, ma'am.
They call you Grampy. Okay. Chelsea?
Chelsea, of course. Yes.
They need some help out on the route, and nobody has any radios, I guess. So they sent me.
Okay. I just finished what I was doing here. The misters are working fine. I'll move out there right now.
The misters?
Yeah, the orange misters, the scent misters. They were actually squirting liquid and drip.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is kind of cool in here. And she's looking around. The candy cane forest is huge candy canes. There's all these seats around, and the animatronic that was next to you is still moving.
Johnny, behave around the management.
What? Did you say something?
Oh, this animatronic seems to be a little bit on the blink. Let me take a look at it. It's not supposed to be moving. And I start looking at the mechanism.
All right, it's receiving power. It apparently is on the fritz.
Okay.
You can take a couple switches on it, and you can get it to stop moving.
All right. There we go. And what did they need on the route? I'm sorry.
They said to make sure that the. She didn't tell me. I don't know. She said they need something with one of the floats. I think they were right by the big Santa float.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Come with me. You probably shouldn't be in here by yourself.
And she looks around, suddenly a little startled and a little afraid, and then she comes after you.
There's a lot of moving parts in here. You don't want to get something stuck in something. Mutilations and all.
Jesus.
Way to spook the new girl.
So Chelsea brings back Rampage. She looks like she's seen a ghost and looks very uneasy.
I'm all smiling.
What did you tell Chelsea?
I told her that she probably shouldn't stay in the attraction. There's a lot of moving parts, mutilations and all.
Okay, don't mention the mutilations, but he's right. Don't stand in the attractions a little too long.
Because of mutilations. Noted.
Well, not mutilations, just...
Look, it's not death, it's mutilation, right? I mean, chicks take scars, right?
Oh, God. Okay, what did you need?
Yeah, welcome to Mouse Park, Chelsea. So Meg put me in charge of making sure that the music on Santa's Rat's float, doesn't ever turn off.
Like, ever? Or...
During the parade?
I would assume during the parade.
No. These guys are really weird.
Okay.
White suits.
Uh-huh.
You have to be very specific about what they said, or things can tend to go haywire.
Uh-huh.
Never turn off, or never turn off during the actual parade.
Do you remember what Meg said? I saw her, but I didn't...
Wasn't paying. I mean, it's not my job.
They finally put you in charge of something. You've been dying to be a manager.
I have not. I've been dying to get paid more, or at least be on a float, so my feet weren't killing me by the end of the parade.
There's only one way in that trajectory, all right? Take it from somebody my age. You have to shift into management out of entertainment.
Ma'am, is it step, lunge, or step, lunge, step?
God, just done it like 800
I'm going to go
times.
look at the float while you yell at that.
Ask 3, then me. All right, keep going. All right.
All right, I'm just going to assume never stop.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, the track they have set up is Santa Claus is coming to town. No, you just turn it on. Really,
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's digital.
All right.
And so immediately there's you better not. It starts up and it's like really loud and
whatever
interrupting
PC
everything.
set up for it, never go into shutdown mode. Never.
It's gotta be like a medley, I'm assuming, like a holiday medley of different...
It's not a medley. It's just that song.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it's sung, in the old sort of crooning style. Not Frank Sinatra, but somebody who thought he was.
Yeah.
Johnny Bublé. The cousin.
I just kind of it's almost more unnerving with the music on.
Yeah.
It seems to help the dancers, though.
Yeah, no, totally. I was about to say, it helps them, though. They're better at it. Good. Nice lunge.
So it looks like everything's ready, then. You have your makeup on?
I go, Chelsea, am I ready for hair and makeup?
Yeah, come on over.
Finally go over, get my makeup and hair done, get my wig on.
I had to spray the white foundation all over you and did the whole thing. They had to put your hair up on icicles.
Yeah, they give me it's like a whole wig. It's very elaborate.
Nice.
And
I go back far in the parade where the elves dance, the other elves where I am.
So what is your section of the parade?
I feel like it's between... I feel like I follow right behind the Ice Princess float and right before the Happy Ducks float.
Oh, okay. Are these the ice skating ducks?
Yeah. And they're in their little Dickensian outfits for this parade.
Yeah.
So that's how they...
It's like a whole story. I froze some things, and so there's a connection of this frozen thing, and now they're ice skating on a pond. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm part of the elves that fill in the gap between those two.
So you're not even an attraction. You're
No.
like filler.
Yeah, we're in between the two floats.
You have to just toss candy.
Yeah. We do the same little movements over and over in little, like, almost like drill team formations. And then wave, and then march.
And get the kid off of the line.
Yeah.
And so where your float is the ice castle, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. And where is that in the lineup?
It's getting, so it goes like, since I'm a newer princess, like I'm towards the end of it, because it's like, oh, it's so exciting, get to see the new ice princess. But like it goes like most classic princess first, someone named Ash, I think. And then like it goes from there to newest, and then Happy Ducks, and then it goes into like other classic mouse characters, and then Mouse Santa.
Okay.
So I'm a few away. I'm comfortably far enough from Mouse Santa that I don't ever really have to think about him.
Yeah. I mean, you could still see his towering
Yes.
figure.
I can see him everywhere, but
imposing over, and you better not, coming out of the really loud speakers.
yes, but he's never so close to me. I'm never right next to him, and I feel much better about that.
Yeah.
This is the closest I am is backstage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, they bring in the guests.
Oh, good.
So this part of the park has been shut down for weeks. There's a lot of speculation about what it's going to look like this year. The media is there. They even have, the helicopter coming over showing, and today at Mouse Park, they're opening up the blah, 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 blah. And it's a whole thing. And there's a big media event. They even do the scissor cutting thing. And you're all lined up, and the guests are coming in. Now, they're letting in the 250 VIP guests that spent $750 a ticket to sit and watch the parade inside of What a Widow World.
Awesome.
And they
Can I
are
make the
coming in.
decision to stay in the float to make sure the music stays on?
Oh.
Yeah. That sounds like a good decision.
This came from a white suit.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be your detail on the float. So you be where you think you need to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
And if a white suit said, make sure the music stays on.
that's what we're going to do.
And speaking of music, they've started up the music finally in What a Widow World.
Oh, good.
What a widow world, what a merry world, what a widow world, over and over and over again.
It's a widow world after all.
So they're, and that's all we can do because we're not stealing anybody's copyright. It's just a similar melody.
Yeah.
And the kids are all doing their robotic waving and dancing and moving, except for the one that you fixed. You don't know that. You're not there. But the one you fixed is just like
Staying
middle
still.
karate chop. Is like not completely frozen. So, right, they bring in these guests. Now, the guests are the type of guests that can afford $750 tickets. So they're dressed up. This is a festive thing for them. This is something that they've been looking forward to all year. They have scarves. They have sweaters. They have, top hats because they're that way. And, their kids are all, bubbling over with excitement. And they're just bringing them in. And they all have their seats that they prepaid for. And they're coming in single file. So the parade route starts pretty far away. So you're seeing this from a distance.
Okay.
But as you're there, you are hearing the panic of the park as they're bringing in all the guests. And it's finally time to start the parade after a couple hours of this. Any last-minute things that you're doing before the parade starts? I know you're in there checking the sound system.
Yeah, I got some earplugs on. I could barely hear it, but so it doesn't drone too hard in my brain. I actually set up myself like a little cubby inside that thing, and I'm just making sure the sound system is
You can
working.
say, "You better watch out." That's what it sounds like to you.
I'm grabbing a less smoke before we go.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Taking a nip off the flask.
Yeah. Oh, God. Year 14. Here we go.
like I'm like practicing my it's like doing my little waves and practicing a little because I have light choreography, but I don't have to be like a full dancer for it.
Wrist, elbow, elbow.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Elbow, wrist. Touch the pearls and blood. Yes.
Doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yep. So I'm just getting ready to get on my float, making sure my dancers are good to go because I do have like some figure skaters and things that have to be there. And my float is set to let it snow. Christmas song.
Yes. Nice.
The actual Christmas song, Let It Snow.
Yeah.
The actual song, okay. So there's all these clashing songs in the air, all colliding. This horrible festive
holidays.
gumbo of
Yeah.
Mine
Mouse
like
Park.
trigger. It's like they trigger.
No,
I
Gumbo's
feel
good.
like other than
Yeah.
apparently Mouse Santa this year, they were supposed to trigger on their cues when they arrive.
Yeah, as you go through it, they follow.
But now Mouse Santa
but
has
now
to
it's now
stay
Santa,
on.
like, you know, the entire time.
None of us know what to do.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was insistent, Meg.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Meg before? This might have been,
Probably not.
yeah, weird. Okay, so the
It's been 14 years and she doesn't know my name, so
Doesn't even know your ID number.
well, she has
Yeah.
it now.
yeah,
so.
she has it now.
Did you give her your real ID number?
Probably.
But she knows the name of all those TPKs.
Yeah.
Tide Pod Kids.
Exactly.
Okay, so the parade starts. Going along pretty well. You have your parts, your roles. You've practiced. You know everything. Other the crowds are there. It's all great. And you go through the entire park. And we don't need to go play by play. You kind of picture it in your head. But here comes the big finale as you are reaching the VIP people inside of the attraction. So the parade goes inside, and you know it's a pretty lengthy parade, but it's also a huge attraction. So the entire parade unit can fit in one room at a time, and it kind of just sits there and performs for a while, and it goes into the next room.
Cool.
The first room is the candy cane forest. So the parade comes in, and it stops right on cue, and you can see all of the very well dressed VIP guests sitting there, and they actually have service. So they've been drinking eggnog, and they've been, you know, and wassail, and God knows what else. And they're just they're just loving it. You know, they have turkey legs and things like that. So it's going along, and from your float, you can see the broken animatronic just sitting there. You thought you fixed it.
I thought I fixed it for sure.
So you're in there, and then before you're about to go off into the next room, the lights all break down. There's this sort of lights are down, and so you know, and the music too. It's a world of
Oh no.
and all you can hear is "You better watch out, you better not cry," coming from Santa Mouse.
Oh, great.
And but this is a problem because the doors have closed behind, and the doors are not open ahead, and the entire parade is stuck in the forest, the candy cane forest. No power. What do you do?
I keep dancing because that is our our training.
We got a power
Even if
outage in the candy
The
cane
sound
forest.
goes out. We're supposed to keep up with the choreography, so you listen very carefully. You can hear us all counting.
I just hear like the sweep of your feet.
6, 7, 8. We're all trying to keep this rhythm going.
I'm gonna bust out of there, start looking at things. But basically, when I get out, I'm gonna try to copy the choreography so they think that I'm part of the show.
I continue to blow kisses and wave.
There's
You-
nothing wrong here.
You two know what you're
Part of
doing.
the
You don't have
ride.
to roll. You got
Yeah.
it. You're professionals.
yeah.
I start like
Gramps over here, though.
I'm part of the ride. Nothing to see here. Just move along. I guess you can't because the power's out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to roll go the distance, which is a stout,
All right.
to see if you can pull this off.
Stute, eh? So that's a 12 Stute.
All right. So
Wow.
you tell me what happens next.
Let's see.
Does one of the kids say Santa?
And I'm like, it's Santa. Don't mind me. I'm just taking care of some last minute gifts here in the candy cane forest. I'm going to dance for you. And I'll be moving over here to the side. And I do a somersault into the back just to get the hell out of there.
You hear in your earpiece like, Gramps, what the fuck are you doing? Get the hell out of there! Come on.
Dude, I was on the goddamn float. What the hell you want me to do? Look, if you can do better, I suggest you come down here.
The lights are off, Gramps.
No freaking duh!
Turn them on. Go to the breaker.
I'm going. I go up to the breaker.
Who was that yelling at you, by the way?
That was Randy, head of maintenance.
Okay.
Real kind of jerk.
Yeah.
Don't like
Sounds
him.
like it.
Yeah, he's always one of those people that's like, have a nice day. How are you doing? How are the kids?
And
F that guy.
He's only like he's like 26.
Yeah, he's like 26 and my supervisor.
Just got out fresh out of engineering school.
Yeah. Actually went to engineering school. Whatever, MIT.
So you have to go to the Find the Breaker.
Yeah.
All right. And you're kind of keeping up the motions going on. There's a distinct sound of machine breaking from machine, like a pop. Like metal breaking away from metal, coming from the Santa float.
Oh god.
I just keep. I'm like, I like kind of look around, but I keep continuing just to do my thing because I know it is. It's a theme park, so even if lights go out, there's usually got to be some kind of like dim emergency lights.
You would think so,
Uh-oh.
but it's
So-
completely black in there. It's
Can
really
they get
dark.
And I'm just trying to make sure that like the guests that are right in the immediate vicinity like still see me being a princess as much as possible.
Well, there's a lot of murmuring and concern coming from the crowd, especially now this is taking longer than, say, 5 seconds. You know, something like this happens, everybody's like, oh! And then it stays happening.
Yeah.
And so things are getting a little tense out there. And you can see some of the children kind of recoiling into their parents.
I like kind of beep my surveillance because like I can't actually radio anyone, but I can like beep it to like see what's going on. So I like try to get to my handler like, what's happening?
Well, I don't know. I'm stuck inside of a dark room full of angry people. And one guy is yelling at me about $750, and I don't know why, because I'm not guest relations.
Maybe
Chelsea sounds very concerned.
I was like, find a white suit so we can know what to do, because right now...
Sweetie, I can't find my own ass, so what do you want me to do? It's dark. I can't see anything. I'm starting to panic here.
It's your job.
This is my first day.
Doesn't matter. Just continuing to smile and like...
Okay, I almost went back into my other game, and I'm trying to remember. So what you're trying to do is charm a heart into deciding, or you're threatening her. So you're trying to make her do something that she does not want to do,
Yes.
which is she does not want to leave where she's at.
Even though it's her job. I don't think I'm
In
trying.
management, you know how hard it is to get people to do their jobs.
Like her job is to go find. She needs to be telling me what I need to be doing. So like, because otherwise I'm stuck on this float.
Yeah.
And my dancers are still dancing.
Everybody's still dancing.
We're
You're
all
still dancing,
doing
right?
our thing.
I feel like at this point, now that we're dancing in the dark, some of us are more professional than others and able to hold on to our choreography. Others have started to drift, so now in the dark we're trying to like bump into each other. Yeah, so we're still trying.
Oh,
Stop it,
Lisa.
But
You're counting
I am.
fast.
I think I would try to intimidate her a little bit.
Okay, so this is bare your teeth and ambition, which is a wicked roll.
Yes.
That seems consistent with your character build.
Like, hey, Chelsea, buddy, you need to tell me what I need to be doing. Oh no, that's not a good roll. Oh no, that's only a 4. I'm not doing a very good job because I can't talk through my smiles.
Okay, you heard on the other side thinking, you know what? I quit. I've had enough.
It's your
This
first day.
This is not worth $35,000 a year. I am going to go work at McDonald's.
Wait, they only pay
or
you
something
35
else.
and you're a manager?
Bye. And she disconnects. Now, you've got no eyes or ears. And the mob is getting a little rowdy. One of the dads is pushing through and it's like, what's going on here? And is like stepping onto the route, posturing.
Since I am one of the characters who's allowed to sing and talk because I'm a float character, I was like, sir, as your royal queen at this moment in time, you need to please step off of the track. We have had many incidents. There's a lot of mechanics that I'm sure very brilliant and kind and wonderfully smart. But there's a lot of mechanics that people don't quite understand, so if you could please get off of the float route. It would be in your best interest.
Okay, so you're going to have to roll again. Because this is one of those people.
Yes.
But before you do, you managed to get over to where the breakers are.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I have one of those helmets with a light on it.
Oh. Well, that makes things much easier for you. So, in fact, since the light is on your way over, you see a shadow move. Like it's like a child running back into the maintenance area.
Okay.
Really quick. But the only reason you saw it is because the light was on. And it was very quick and in the darkness.
Hey, kid, you're not supposed to be back here. Mutilation! You want to avoid that? I gotta get these lights back on.
So you've arrived at the breakers.
Yeah.
They haven't been. They're in the on position.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kick them off, then I'm gonna kick them back on again.
Okay. The lights come back on, but these are the floodlights, the ones that are on when the park is closed.
Oh.
So it's like, bling, and you can see every crevice, everything, all of the magic and mystery is gone.
Yeah.
The mood is
on
shot.
Star Mountain once, and it was real crazy.
You can see maintenance guys mid wrench going, oh. Yeah. It's very and this is we'll get back to your role, but before that happens, you are probably the first to notice, and you're probably the second to notice. Santa Mouse is gone. The giant 12-foot rat is gone. Was it 12 feet or was it more than that?
I mean, I think she's just gonna stop dancing and stare.
I think somebody took a souvenir.
You dead or not? And it's going on. All right, so you are confronting a $750 ticket-paying,
Yes.
entitled man. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, you were on the edge. I think you were trying to play it wicked at the end there. Was I right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing it in my nice princess voice, but I'm not
You're expressing authority.
Yeah, I'm like, hi, I am in charge of the situation here, not you. Get out. Oh my gosh, I need to change up my dice. That is a 5.
Oh no.
I'm doing he's gonna die.
He says something really terrible.
Oh.
He says something to the effect of,
Changing these.
go back to high school, in a really disdainful, horribly disrespectful
Sir,
way.
I'm well
in a way
up.
I'm not even going to imitate because I feel too bad doing it. But he just looks at you with just disdain, like you're nothing, and he just, you get me to somebody who can actually fix this. I spent good money on this.
Well, I'm gonna tell you they're not on the track, sir. That's what she said. She's like, anyone who can help you is outside of this room and not currently on the float track. Should the float start operating again, that could get you hurt. You are not a trained professional, sir.
In the background,
Waves.
Not sure what he would do. I think at this point he just.
Also, I have a college degree. I'm working on my master's, and this is how I'm paying for it.
He stamps off. This is bullshit, and then he goes start storming off, and he's looking for management.
Not my fault you wasted your money.
So you're the only one waving. Everybody else has stopped down. Okay, so you've stopped. You're looking. The mouse is gone. What do you want to do?
Well, princess training is you have to stay in character as much as possible.
Yeah.
You do not drop character.
If
Right.
guests see you.
Yeah.
Dancers are under a different.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, it's like the floats are being ripped apart. Fuck this. I look around. Is it somewhere? Does it look like it broke? It fell off and crushed people?
No,
or?
it's just gone. And what's worse is the lights are on.
Yeah.
But the music and the mouse, the better not watch out music,
Yeah.
better watch out, better not cry music is on.
That's good because that's my job.
But the what a little world. The animatronics are just moving creepily by themselves, doing their waving gestures, but there's nothing to sync them. So they're just sort of off on their own, moving erratically, without any sound to support it.
Yeah.
So slow. And the one that you fixed is still.
I'm also
broken.
trying to flag you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Somebody help me get off the float.
Yeah, I'm gonna like go over and be like, haha, I am a happy elf, helping the ice princess as a happy elf. What the fuck is happening?
I have no idea, but people are trying to get on the track. And they can't do that.
No, they can't. But is there any other place for them to go?
We're just like, why does someone keep saying mutilations? I'm like hearing it in my earpiece.
Yeah.
It's like someone keeps saying mutilations in my earpiece. But I don't know what to do, and I'm not allowed to break character, or I could actually get fired.
Okay. First I'm in charge of a float music, and now I have to get people out of a room. I mean, there's supposed to be like exits, right? Like
Well, where are our handlers? There should be handlers.
It looks like the doors didn't open, so they're all locked in another room.
This is literally their job.
Yep.
Also, Chelsea quit.
Oh, good. That's good timing. Oh, God. It's time. Where's Grampy?
Yeah, where is he?
I'm going to try to see if I could chase down that kid that I saw running by, or at least look for him a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're in the back room there, and there's nowhere a kid could have gone. So I mean, because you can go back through, and you can see it's basically a little workshop back there, and it's all open and empty where the circuits are, and that's where that shadow would have gone. But there's no one in there but you.
Okay, we'll file that under creepy weird. It's a very big file, and we'll go back to the actual floats. I'm going to see if I can actually get one of the doors open. Is what I'm trying to do. See if I
Okay.
can just get people out.
On your way out, you see that the mouse is gone. The giant.
Like when you say giant, like how big?
12 foot
12
tall.
foot
12
tall,
foot? Okay,
like,
sorry, I missed that.
and soldered with steel, and then whatever that
Should not have been able to be taken off
foam
the float.
substance
Yeah.
they use. Yeah, it was like, I don't know how many thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for her.
Okay.
On your way to her, there is one of the What a Widow World kids dressed up for Christmas or the holidays on Christmas holiday maybe, but this thing is just standing right in the middle of the walkway on the way out to the parade route on the track, and it's like somebody had picked it up and moved it over there, and it's just standing there. But it's not. These things are attached to poles, and there's hydraulics running it. It's just standing there alone, not attached to anything.
Okay.
It's got a fur cap, and with the what is that called? I'm losing my vocabulary. Like the Santa hat with the pom pom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be standing over there. Jesus, places, people. We have paying customers. $750 a ticket from when I take it. You want to go back? All right, I'll help you.
Lift it up.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it right back on its
Yeah.
spot. Okay.
You're right. And I fix his little cap, and I go, all right, you're looking good. Ah, you're a dog.
All right. So now you're off to you find. I've already forgotten names. Becky is.
And Idina.
Becky and you're with her, right?
Yeah.
Down there. So they're together by the ice float.
Like, I'm still on it because I'm technically not supposed to get off.
Yeah.
The crowd is getting restless. You hear lots of, "Where's the manager?" and "What's going on here? I pay $750," and all of that's happening all around. Things are getting a little messy.
It's like, we need a white suit in here bad because I'm telling you, you do not want me talking to these people.
This is Meg. You hear on Ryan's
Oh, thank
system.
goodness, Meg. Please, lend assistance.
Do not let that music stop.
Just time out. Is she talking about the music that the mouse is singing, or
You assume, because that's what she was asking about earlier.
the music didn't stop, even though the power went completely out? It's still kind of going, but I just need to let you know that the mouse is missing all.
The music didn't work. Shit. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about this. You've been a very good mouseneer during your years of service. Do what you can to save yourself. Don't try to be a hero. And the people that spent money to be there tonight, unfortunately will not be able to leave.
Do I hear this through my earpiece or no?
This is direct communication.
The check fucking cleared then. Okay, good. I'll see what I can do. Thank you.
And I'm just going to busy myself around picking up a couple of things.
What
Like,
did
this has happened before a couple of times to me. And I'm totally like, all right.
What did she say?
You two come with me real quick. We got to get the hell out of here.
Can I get off the float?
Oh, yeah, you can get off the float, and I highly recommend it. I say we move very quickly.
Okay. If a white suit said I can do that.
Sure.
Gets off float.
Yeah.
The mob is
Converging.
rising, and you hear just a lot of impatience and outright anger coming from many, many people.
All right, now, everybody, you're going to want to clump up in a large group in that area over there, and you're going to want to make as many noises and look as look as happy as possible. We're going to be over here trying to take care of the problem. Be right back. Get out of here. Come on, let's go.
What's happening?
yeah.
This is like, I'm only here seasonally, and I'm only here for this parade. This hasn't happened during this parade before.
Oh, no, this is a cool code purple. I don't even know if I'm supposed to take you two along with me, but I kind of like you, and I need cigarettes.
Oh.
I do have a pack on me. It fits in the dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rat. It's a rat infestation.
I
That's what they call it when people die.
Well, I knew some of that stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm only really,
Yeah.
not so directly involved.
Someone must have gotten on the track ahead of us, so that's why they shut it all down.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Why do people do that?
Drinking.
Drinking, curiosity,
Tide Pods.
stupidity, Tide Pods, yeah. You never know what the TPKs are going to do.
Tide Pod kids? Okay, well, what do we do?
What a lot of people don't know is that there's a secret set of tunnels underneath the entire park. What we need to do is find an access point and get the hell out of this room.
Okay, do you know where one is from here?
I have some suspicions, but I really don't work on this ride a lot. So, yeah, just follow me, and if you see something moving out of the corner of your eye, it's there. Just be away from it.
Okay.
The noises outside of where you are turning from angry and protesting to fear, panic, and screaming.
Should we be helping them?
Oh, there's no helping them, honey.
Okay. I mean, listen, I have actually no skills to help on that, so I don't actually care.
They're
But,
probably just angry and ripping each other apart at this point.
I mean, I more just, feel bad for the little kids who come here don't knowing anything. Like, the adults, they brought this on themselves.
Yeah. Honestly, I think just in your princess form, you're just going to put a target on yourself. They're very angry.
What I've learned by working at this park for as long as I did is that there are no innocents.
Yeah. I mean, also, your second movie's out now. It's like a big deal. Like, they're going to be mad.
Yeah, no, they're going to want... I mean, maybe I could calm them down.
And I'm just
Want
trying to
autographs.
lure them off into another direction. I'm just slowly moving.
Yeah.
I'm
follow
like
me.
walking.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
going.
Yeah.
We're
I
not slow.
could. I mean, we could give them autographs. That might make them feel a little better.
Yeah. Well, they might be able to use
What's
those as
wrong
bandages,
with
I
this
guess. I
park?
don't know.
It sounds like they're harming each other. Maybe, I don't think...
No, that's security's problem. Just let the stormtroopers take care of it. We'll be back later.
Yeah.
Okay, but what is wrong with it? Like, what's going on? I've heard rumors, but I'm only here every so often.
Sometimes these animatronics are extremely sophisticated, and sometimes things just go wrong. And a lot of times it's easier to just let it run out of steam and just walk away than to actually try to confront it because it's 12 foot tall and made out of steel. And
Are you talking about Mouse Santa?
well, missing Mouse Santa was bolted down to the thing, and it's no longer
Welded.
bolted down. Well, welded down.
So when we walk by, because I feel like at this point we're probably near the back of the...
Yeah, I imagine you're going behind the
Yeah.
attractions work area, right?
Yeah, when we walked by, did we walk by the Santa float?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was it unbolted, or is it ripped steel, like it had pulled itself up?
Ripped off.
Okay.
Like
That
something
doesn't
had
look
torn
good.
it off of the float.
Yeah. That's not
That's
good.
not good.
No.
Nope.
I mean, I've never liked Mouse Santa. It's always kind of creeped me out.
Better watch out. You better not. This is going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on and on.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely found a way to be creepier.
Oh, no,
Definitely found a way.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to see why maybe some of the dancers quit that float so frequently.
I mean,
I've always been lucky with that one. Never
Yeah.
had to work that float.
yeah. I mean, it's the worst choreography, and I've heard there's a roach problem in the float, which is nasty.
A roach problem?
Yeah, some kind of bugs.
They're passing out candy to people from that float, from in there.
The
I never
screams
thought
have
about
stopped
that.
and dwindled and died down.
Oh.
You do hear in the back, somewhere out there, no, ah! And then that's gone.
Crap. We run out of decoys. We gotta find that freaking hatch quick.
Okay, I want to start looking for the hatch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you're in the back looking for the hatch.
Can I roll my 14 years of dancing
Yes,
on this
you
great
may.
experience?
Yes, you may.
What would I roll to know where something like that is, or to?
Dig a little deeper.
Okay, which is plus.
That's wise.
Oh, plus wise. Oh, good. Come on, dice.
Not bad.
9.
Okay.
That's nothing.
Yeah, you know where one of the hatches is that
Uh-huh.
goes out, and there aren't many around. This one is nearby. It's back where you're heading, and you can go there.
Yeah.
Problem is that when you get there, there is one of these What a Whittle World Santa helpers standing on the hatch. The animatronic is not only out of place, shouldn't be there, but there is. It's heavily dented, and some of its clothing and costume is ripped up a bit, and it's just covered in human blood.
Okay, I made out with a manager in 1998 under there. Like, there's not supposed to be a thing there, a figure there. Is that blood?
I'm walking towards. Hey, buddy.
I'm like looking
How's
at.
it going?
He's talking to it.
The lights go out again. Now it's extremely dark.
Do you have a light?
It's now standing right in front of you.
Oh God!
Hey, pal.
Well, maybe
I take one of my Kleenexes that I keep for the dancers. Just wipe some blood off his cheek.
you're looking a little worse for wear. Let's see what we can do for you. We just need to.
And I'm just basically trying to work around him and back away.
Is it still wearing clothing at all?
Yeah, it's just torn a little bit, like it's
So,
been through some sort of altercation.
Maybe we can take care of that for you.
Can I? I want to like go up behind it and like, because they're not. I want to like break it.
You want to throw down with an animatronic?
I mean, I actually switched my best skill to brave, so I'm now the bravest of us. So I'm like, I kind of see it in front of him, and it's not near me now. So like, I'm coming up behind it, like basically.
Yeah, well, the look on my face is like I'm pissing my pants.
Yeah.
I'm definitely terrified.
And I'm like, I like tear part of my dress off because it's all I got.
Yeah.
And I just like come up from behind it and like blindfold it
Nice.
so that like because
yeah.
I'm pretty sure at this point it can see things, but
Yeah.
It's just an anima. Okay, fine. That is be bold and daring. You're witnessing this.
Yeah.
It moved. It must
Yeah.
have, or something moved it, and now the hatch is. There's nothing on the hatch.
Okay.
ooh, that was
Nice.
so that's a 9, 11.
11.
Awesome.
All right. So not only are you able to get it on, why don't you tell me what happens next?
So I come up behind this animatronic and I'm like, it just moved, which probably means it can see. So I'm basically just trying to make sure it can't see us because I can't break it. I don't have any engineering
So you,
skill. or
you cover it,
strength.
and it's a. Does
And
it,
I tie the thing behind it, and I jump back like really quickly, and then start running towards you.
Okay. I'm gonna go around it, kind of past her, and I'm gonna go try and open the hatch.
okay. Now the light is from his helmet. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's a helmet, right?
Yeah. It's like a mining helmet.
Yeah. And so. And you're watching this go around. So when the light moves and comes back again, the animatronic is now standing in front of you all. So you come to the hatch, but now it's like right in front of you.
On the hatch again?
Yeah, not on the hatch, next to it.
Okay.
Okay, well,
And it has apparently moved again, but you didn't see it actually move.
Move. Okay.
Okay.
okay, well, keep the light on it.
Yeah. Somebody
let's-
get the.
I'm gonna whip
hatch.
out my lighter from my pack of cigarettes, and I'm gonna see if I can light the clothes on the animatronic thing on fire.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's gotta be wearing some bad elf outfit akin to mine. Like,
Oh no! Actually,
don't
I got
need
a
to roll
team
for
up thing
that.
we could do. You want to try it? I got
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I go.
Get the lighter.
I jump up to one of the nozzles and I turn it on and aim the nozzle at the guy. Light it!
The nozzle of
The porridge,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
the-
highly flammable.
Oh, okay.
The consent of death.
Kill it with fire? Is that what I'm
Kill it
hearing?
with fire.
Trying.
All right, so go the distance.
Okay.
No, that's stout. Sorry. Be bold and daring. I get those mixed up.
Okay. So plus brave.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
No.
5.
Okay.
All right. But is there a help mechanic? Like, since he's helping me, do we get a plus?
You
or-
can help a friend get unstuck if somebody wants to roll.
Sure.
Everybody's at a +1 pal because you're all friends.
Okay.
So it'd be a
Okay.
+1. Who wants to help?
Well, I'm gonna.
I'll help.
I'll help. I have another lighter too.
Okay.
So I also am trying to light it.
There we go.
So can we both help or just one of us?
Just one of you.
Okay.
So you're doing there.
6, 7, 8, 9 with the +1 pal.
Okay, so that means that you get a +1. Did that help?
It's 6. So close.
Oh,
All right.
Oh well.
so
Here's what it is, man.
and the animatronic catches on fire
Yeah.
and begins to melt.
Now
And you can see
Terminator.
behind like that
Oh.
Terminator face, and eyes are red. Sprinklers go on.
Oh.
Fire alarm goes on. And it's that flashing light.
Yeah.
With every flash, it's closer
Oh God.
Oh, God.
until it has arrived at you.
At me. Okay.
No.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just sitting right in front of you.
Okay.
Are there any broken candy canes near us?
Oh, of course.
I grab one.
All right.
Because they're pretty big.
Yeah,
They're
these
not
are from
small.
the Candy Cane Forest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right.
And they're metal.
Yeah.
So I grab one. And I'm basically, as it comes up at you, I just go.
Okay, so break some femurs. Let's
Okay.
hope this rolls better.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh
Oof.
no. Does anyone want to be helping me?
What'd you get?
That's a 5.
Oh God.
So we'd have to get
Yeah,
like a
we
10 or better
Yeah,
on a help.
Right.
Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah. I'll
How are
try.
you going to help?
So you're swinging the candy cane thing at it?
I picked up a broken candy cane and went to swing
You
at
can
it.
try to
Okay.
push
Like a
him
big
into
cast
the
iron.
swing or something like that.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
probably. I'll do one of my dancing high kicks, and like try and like kick it in the head to like get it like to like kick it in the front, and then she hits it from behind.
Can I open the hatch while they're fighting it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna
Do
do.
the thing. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, dude, one
So
more.
close.
Oh, no.
Oh wait, it's +1 pal. You're helping, or
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's
10.
It's a
10.
10.
That works.
Yay! Woo.
All right, so you kick the animatronic into the cast iron candy cane,
Yeah.
and it smashes.
Nice.
Sparks. Why are there sparks? It's not plugged in. Really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole thing's weird.
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing of all, I think. No, it's probably not. Okay, so sprinklers are going. It's raining inside of here.
Okay.
There is flashing lights from the fire alarm, and there's an odd silence. Takes you a moment to place it.
Did you get
The
the
Santa Claus music has
Oh
stopped.
shit! The music
Oh
stopped.
no.
Get it! I'm trying to open this hatch
Oh,
desperately.
so you're trying to escape. Okay, you don't want to investigate what's going on. Okay.
No.
So you,
No! Are you drunk? There was a robot elf that nearly killed all 3 of us.
Which is already covered in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not dumb white people in a horror movie. Ouch.
all right, you got the hatch open. Down the hatch.
Yeah.
You're in the subterranean.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a virgin, so I would die in that movie. We are leaving.
No, I'm like, I'm out. I don't have realized powers.
yeah.
You're pragmatists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not cowards.
Yeah.
So you've opened up the hatch. You've gone down into the subterranean, dark, unused, completely unlit tunnels that are actually more labyrinths than tunnels underneath Mouse Park.
Okay.
Down below, into the dark, into the depths.
Okay.
That's what you did. That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
It's a beautiful idea, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm gonna pull out my cell phone and turn on like my cell phone flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a big fucking mouse in front of you.
Oh my god.
Huge.
Okay.
And it's just all you can see is this friendly snout, and then the eyes, and it has been torn off of a float. So it's all broken and brambled, and it's sort of sitting cocked right in front of you.
Like lifeless, like leaning.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
I pull out my cell phone.
Yeah.
I start playing Santa Claus is coming to town
Nice.
on my phone
Very smart.
and put the volume all the way up.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know why they wanted to keep that music going, but they wanted to for a reason.
It was important.
Great. So nothing happened. I mean, it's blocking the way, so you'll have to go the other
It's like the
direction.
Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
version, because that's the only one you had on iTunes.
I found the first one I could find.
Can I roll to know, like, which one of these tunnels would be the way
Yes,
to go?
that is.
Yeah, I'd like to do
Who
that
wrote
as
this
well.
game?
I don't know.
Dig a little deeper?
Dig a
maybe?
little deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig a little deeper.
I got the Y's.
Okay.
And it
plus
was my
ones.
idea to go down here. Shouldn't
Okay.
I make the roll?
I feel
I
like
feel
you would know
we both
it.
would. Yeah, we
Yeah,
both
right.
worked here a long time.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can
that-
both roll.
Safe? Okay. 10.
9, 10, 11.
Okay, so yeah, you both have a good.
14 years, man.
Yeah, you know where you're going.
30, 40 for
Yeah.
you. So
I've held on to my candy cane.
Never
Yeah.
mind how old I am.
You have the music playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
which
put it back in my pocket.
so which
So-
direction would be the way to go?
Well, unfortunately, the way to go is what the way
Past
the
the mouse.
mouse is blocking. But you can go the long way around. It's just it's going to take you all the way around the park.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go that way, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to back up, though.
Oh, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could actually permanently close, unless it's repaired, the hatch that we left behind.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or
You don't
stick
need
a
to roll for that. You
screwdriver
know
in
how to
there
do
or
that.
something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. So you seal the hatch.
Yeah.
So now you're trapped in the subterranean cavern with. Okay. I mean, protected. What was the plan? Whatever. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
So you
We're
are
checking it out.
moving down through
We
the
just wanted
tunnel.
to make sure no more animatronics follow us down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Got
Yeah.
it.
Or creepy.
Like, we could unseal it and go back up if we needed to. But
Okay, so you're going, and as you're going quite some distance, the music on your iPhone begins to change. And it's not that the music changes really, but it sort of slows down to a creepy, slow,
Oh, God.
and then it
I'm
stops.
not doing that, guys.
And then it says, "You better watch out."
Yes, that's the lyric. I better not
You-
pout.
Better not cry.
Maybe
Santa Claus is. Yeah, I know the song!
You better watch out.
This is her just trying to stay brave.
Yeah.
In the moment, it's just like, of course, I know the song. Obviously, I've had to sing it.
Maybe you should turn it off and save some of the battery for
All
later.
right.
I'm smoking a cigarette. Going, man,
It is the
it's
newest
2008 all over again.
iPhone. This is the first time this has happened during the parade when I've worked here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's totally weird. It never happens.
Oh no! I believe it happens. I've heard tons of stories.
Oh, now you are one, honey. That's a good thing. Congratulations. Welcome to the park.
I've still got my candy cane.
Yeah, along the way, I would have picked up something if there was something along the way, too.
Huge wrench.
Okay.
There's like tire irons. God knows what's down there.
Yeah.
Probably bats. Probably have a rifle. Who
Yeah.
knows?
And I'm just like looking at this part of the tunnels, and I'm like, I've been in the tunnels before, but this one seems unnaturally dirty compared to the others.
Yeah.
Like, why is there so much stuff just lying around?
Maybe the fire marshal doesn't come here. I don't know.
Well, the tunnels aren't really used anymore. They were used for the initial construction of the park back in the... Well, yeah, that they're not used much anymore. Nobody
I
comes
mean,
down
I
here.
used the other ones.
Well, there are some that actually they use for servicing for actually the costume characters, where they need to move around the park
Yeah.
and not be seen. Yeah, but these are actually maintenance tunnels, and they were made for the original construction of all the underground electronics and hydraulics that needed to
Also,
be made.
what is wrong with the animatronics?
Oh, they're all haunted and creepy and weird, and that's why I talk to them. Yeah,
Haunted?
Yeah, haunted?
dude, they tend to pop out of their moorings and walk around every once in a while. What else would you call that?
I mean, I have always noticed that some of them look a little too
I'm sorry, they what?
real.
You know how that giant mouse was on the float and then it was ripped off the float?
Yeah.
And then that's because it actually moved itself off of the float.
So you're saying it could be following us right now?
It's funny you say that.
Perfect. And then
You hear behind you. Better watch out.
Oh, no.
And
I'm like,
the mouse is
immediate-
behind you.
Okay.
I immediately just take the, like, because my first response is hurt.
Yeah.
So I immediately go from, like, oh no, I am not dying today, you motherfucker.
it's like, wait.
And hit
Break
with
some femurs.
What do we not do? We don't shout. We don't pout.
Those are the rules. So keep it down.
Okay, so I say it quietly.
Kill it.
I'm just like, I am not dying today. That's not how this is going down.
All right, really break some femurs.
Oh, okay, so that's an 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
better than bad. It's good.
So here's how this works. How did you hurt yourself when you smashed it open?
I feel like I got cut, like, on part of it, because it's sharp and
Yeah.
metal and jagged,
Yeah.
so, like, I smash it open, but I, like, get my hand gets kind of caught, and it goes, like, and it
Cuts
hurts.
open your hand.
It hurts, but I still got the job done.
Yeah.
I got blood on it. That always makes it worse.
I'm like, well, can someone help me tear my dress so I can bandage this?
So you smash open this, perfectly
Ow.
inanimate iron object, steel, and smash it open. And the nose is now bent, and it kind of creates this crevasse that goes deep inside of the large animatronic. And that's all that happens.
But
And you
I
cut
wasn't
yourself.
losing my candy cane, so I cut myself.
Yeah, so you cut yourself.
Yeah.
But you definitely busted this thing open.
Oh, good. Nice.
Like, someone help me with this? This really hurts.
Do I have permission to touch your person?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I get a little rubbing alcohol pad and I will that and I bind it up with a piece of torn shirt.
That hurt a lot. Jesus.
I'm like,
Thank you for having
still
antiseptic
staring
on you.
at the mouse. Just
Actually, it was
Not
red from my
moving!
flask.
It's really weird.
it's not moving.
It's antiseptic.
Yeah,
it works.
that is.
But it got there somehow.
It's not moving, but it followed us somehow.
Can I cut one of the hydraulic cables?
Yes.
I do so.
Okay. So as soon as you do, the mouse falls down on top of you. Like you have to go inside, and it kind of like crumples down on top of you. You find yourself being pinned underneath it.
Well, we gotta help him.
It's like his legs are sticking outside of
Yeah.
the mouse mouth at this point, and it's coming down to crush.
Oh, God.
It's not like snapping. It seems like it's collapsing on
Oh,
itself.
I'm not trying to close
I
the
grab you.
hydraulic.
I grab
a
you
little
by
bit.
the legs and pull.
I'm
Like,
gonna
help
try
me.
and stick whatever it was I got, like wrench or something.
Yeah, like one of
in
those
it.
those big wrenches.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna stick it in there to like keep it propped open to keep from collapsing on him.
Okay. So that is okay. Are you? Here's the question: are you doing this out of like I'm going to save my friend, or are you doing this through the force, through strength? Are you trying to like jam it open, or are you just trying to?
Probably.
Flail.
Yeah, probably through like force it open.
All right. So this is a stout roll.
Yeah. Okay. Like
Go the distance.
amazing dancer strength to like
I also just remembered we have Twinkle.
7,
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Twinkle.
Yeah. Well, Twinkle will help harm, and you have one harm, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can re-roll with Twinkle.
Oh, nice.
So
I just read it and I'm like,
I
oh.
forgot about that too. Sorry. So you got an 8. All right. So she has managed to pry open a space for you to get out,
Okay. I pull myself out of there.
but
as
you're
fast
not
as I
able
can.
to cut the hose in time.
Okay.
I help you. I pull you. I'm helping you get out.
Okay. It's like, well, that didn't work.
Let's get
Out
wait.
of here.
Yes, let's do that. But have you noticed that it seems to be when lights aren't on it?
Yeah.
Could one of us have? You have your light. You go forward. You have your flashlight. I'll keep my phone alive so that we can potentially signal for help. But what if you walk backwards and one walks forward to keep the light on it the whole time?
God damn! Don't blink. Did they buy the fucking license for that show too?
So you're going backwards, facing the
No, that's a
mouse
different
with your light shining on it.
Yeah.
It's a smart move because it just seems to be broken and in shambles in front of you as you go all the length of the corridor.
Okay.
And then you reach the end of the corridor, and that's where the submarine-style door thing opens up into the rest of the underground.
Okay.
So when that opens up, Meg is standing there
Okay.
with her clipboard and, or rather, her tablet.
Oh, thank goodness, Meg. Okay.
The music never stopped.
We have 3 survivors.
And I look at her as like, I just went down in the maintenance halls to see if I could find some way of repairing. I asked for some help and they volunteered. We know nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on.
Do we need to go to the red room?
Oh no.
Oh no,
No.
we're with you.
Yeah.
Listen, I never want to speak of this day again. I just want out of here.
Let's just close the shaft. We have some cleanup to do in the morning.
All right, closing the shaft.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
What's your ID number?
683. How many numbers
I
did
did
you
five.
do? 5. 68321.
I
Okay, I want you to stay at the hotel tonight. We'll brief you in the morning, and I apologize for any inconvenience. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, fine.
It's Tuesday. It's
Yep.
all good.
Ready to be
Totally
back for the
good.
parade tomorrow.
Yep. Also, like, I feel like the face princesses are hard. Like, it's hard to get them. So, like, I'm like, I'm good. I'm great.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I need this money.
How are you?
That was our short adventure.
Yay! Good job.
Oh, got so much fun.
Terrible.
Someone who's like watched these parades like so many times.
I'm like, oh, we're all -1 sweep.
Yeah.
Everybody else is screwed, but we're saving ourselves.
Well, it's good you didn't go back to see what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
So
I'm
what
not
did
going
happen?
back.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
Yeah, what did happen?
Yeah.
Oh, they were slaughtered by animatronics.
Animatronics.
But those little ones. Because I played this before where I actually did, describe very clearly what was going on.
Yeah.
And it sometimes freaks people out.
I want to know.
We
This
were.
swarm of children animatronics.
You gotta understand, Kimmy and I have been playing Cthulhu, so it's like, no, I don't want to
this
see
is-
that.
this
I'm
is
just gonna
nothing.
move past this,
Yeah. It'll be
and
fine.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, none of us made character. Like, I made a brave character, but she wasn't like brave, and she was more. She's wicked. She wasn't sweet, so she
Well,
wasn't
you're
going to go
not
back.
really
and help.
supposed to be brave. I
Yeah.
mean, this is supposed to be way above what you're.
Yeah.
It's a Cthulhu style game.
Yeah.
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 It's like brave, like you'll talk to the manager for us.
Yeah,
Not.
right.
But it's fun to beat up the animatronics.
Yeah.
I had this difficulty going on this one and then the pirate one, which is my favorite, my
Oh,
personal
nice.
favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
I want to play that one. That'd be fun.
I want to play pirate one.
Yeah, I like the. I like
Who doesn't
it.
want to get killed by Johnny Depp, right?
Honestly, that would be the worst ride to get stuck on.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I've been stuck on that. Right?
Yeah, me too. But yeah, no, I haven't played this before, even though I've set up like a million different games with people in it. And you've done it on our one shots, and you've done it for our con game.
That's
And
right.
I approved it a million times
I've been
at con.
in your
Yeah.
other games. I've just never been in this one yet. No, it's
Yeah,
very
I don't
fun.
I don't run it very often because I ran it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
This one's
definitely
fun.
a fun one.
I had fun. I had a good
I'm
time.
glad.
I liked it.
I like the
For
cheeky
coming out.
nature of it. It's really, really super neat.
Yeah.
And
I-
I think that if you're from Southern California, it's an extra level of enjoyment that you get out of this.
Or Florida. I've had
Yeah.
a lot of
Florida.
Floridians love it. I love playing it dark too. It's just not so easy to do in a one shot.
Right. Yeah. For one shot, it's easier to be like the kind of like stereotype characters. And so
Yeah.
I would have liked. I could easily play more and like go for a longer time with it. That was really
Yeah,
fun.
that was really
Yeah,
fun.
you do it kind of a Monster of the Week style, where like, oh, this is what happened this week, And as employees, you're constantly trying to cover up.
And I'm going to use that Tide Pod Kids in my regular life.
Because
Goddamn TPKs.
Yeah, just to be clear, I know that was like a meme thing that got blown out of proportion, and there were not that many kids who did it. But it's funny
Yes.
for that character.
did you ever see the one with the old man where like it was like a grandpa who just got on the internet? Like just got in social media and he literally took a jug of Tide and put a glass underneath it and posted a picture of him like
Oh my god.
and he's like, this is what the kids are doing these days, right?
That's
So it was
funny.
like,
Just want to be young.
All right.
So, yeah, normally you would create your attraction and the park, and
fun.
then kind of build the
Ooh.
game off of that.
We had short time today, though.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
you
we
know,
did.
it was actually really fast to play it, though.
I
That's
usually,
really great.
yeah, it usually is a good 2-hour game.
Yeah, no, awesome.
that was super
Very
fun.
Thank you so much for running.
Thank you.
And where can they get this game?
You can get Drive-Thru RPG, probably the easiest place to get it,
Okay.
but you can get it elsewhere.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you all. We're not having a one-shot Saturday next week because of the holidays, but we are having one the week after that, which I believe is the 21st-ish, somewhere in there, whatever the Saturday is. And check out happyjacks.org/schedule for our streaming live schedule, and check out happyjacks.org/shows for all our shows we have going now. Don't forget, tomorrow we have our very first session 0 of the new Vampire 5e game, which Jim is in,
Yay.
and Stu's jamming
Oh,
that.
so jealous.
Very exciting.
So
I'm jealous of me too.
Yeah, very good. So they'll be doing character creation for that, and Samantha's in that, and
Dude.
Pooja's in that, and Stork, and you, and Joey.
I ran into Stu. He said you have some homework to do tonight and prep for that.
Yeah.
So check your emails.
Yes, it'll be good. So, all right, thank you all, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.